This is Tom's rig. What's its name, Tom?
I'm going to call this one Joe. This one can be called Joe for today. Very simple.
And what is Joe?
Simple. Anything simple. Cardboard, lined with simple cups, and the rockets. All measured out.
And how do we measure, like, how much
Woomph.
the rocket has?
I like the word woomph. Simply, we're going to light the rocket, let it go woomph, and we've set it to exactly 0. So anything we push down now with the rocket, we're going to see it on the scales.
Alright, and are we going to do any sort of thing like where we just see the scales, or are we going to see everything?
Right.
Right then.
Do you want to...
Let me just explain this piece of paper. Right. That is the weight of the rocket, 32 grams. The rig is 25 grams, which means it's 57 grams in total. We're going to measure peak thrust and the constant thrust. Okay? Right, and now we'll put this in my mouth, shut up, and light the rocket.
It would help if you could light in. One failed. Can you see the scales from there?
Yeah.
You best be reading them.
I am.
And... whoa! That failed.
Now, viewers...
Get it.
It's still going.
That just failed.
Right then, viewers. If you look at me, that is what's known as a CATO. Now, we'll explain a bit later about CATOs, but it worked.
It worked. Thrust testing. This is what we found just a few minutes ago outside. There's 2 classifications. There's a normal thrust test and this one, which is CATO. Which, Rob, which does it stand for again?
It sounds for catastrophic attempt at takeoff.
Should be CATO. It's a double A. Anyway, we used a rig called Joe. 25 grams of that was Joe. We had a 32 gram rocket, meaning a total of 57 grams. That was just rocket data. Not really much in terms of what we need here, because we actually reset the scales to 0. Now, initially we had 20 grams of thrust, which is what we were aiming for anyway. However, during its peak thrust, we did get 250 grams approximately. We couldn't get an exact figure.
It really isn't bad.
That's half of what we think is about an industry standard. However, during CATO, during its explosion, we got 2.25 to 3 kilograms of thrust. That would be enough to just take it beyond, what, 300 feet?
We reckon.
That's a lot of power that we wouldn't be able to handle. However, at 250, if we can get a constant stream of that, we could have a perfectly fired rocket for our next rig.
Hello everyone, welcome to the second test of the day, Tom, if you will.
Juliet! Joe 2 in other words. This time more tape, there's a lot more tape. Basically we've taken Joe, put another layer underneath, taped it round together, and that's the base. 2 cups both taped down. Now with our hopefully ready to thrust rocket inside, hopefully this will cup it, and if we do go CATO, this time we should see a lot more than a somewhere down there weight.
Right then, now let me just explain the second rocket of today. This one, unlike the previous one, it still uses exactly the same mix. It's what I call my power mix. It's unmilled, completely green. More pyrotechnician sort of people will know that. It's green mix. So I was very surprised that last one actually CATO'd. This one over here does not actually have a core. It is a fuse right into the fuel, and it's rather base. Now then, if we wait for John to come out, then we can light it. John!
Just as a reminder, this is the danger.
Yes, that is what could happen. This is what we don't want to happen, but it could. John, where are you?
I don't know, where is he?
Right then, we're actually going to light this 33-gram uncored rocket with a match. Everyone ready?
Don't light it.
We're going with match this time. Will it CATO again?
I do hope not.
We actually hope not. We want thrust this time, so I'm going to go a bit
I'm
closer.
watching.
We've got thrust, and it's blown out. That. Keep an eye on that, it's alright. Damn.
Right then, viewers, if you look at me, no thrust at all.
That was disappointing.
It was a nice fountain.
It was a nice fountain. We had a fountain again.
Did you catch any sparks?
Did catch a few of them, yes. Test 2. Rob will tell you what test 2 was like.
In short, it was a fail.
However, I'll go through the statistics. This time we used Juliet, a new rig, around 140 grams. Either way, we set scales once again. The rocket was 33 grams, 1 gram more than the first test, and this one should have performed the total result. We don't mind because this is what we found. Its initial thrust was absolutely nothing. And in fact, the peak thrust, we didn't even know what it was, so we just said 5 grams. That is a theory because we couldn't even see it. Thankfully, we didn't go through CATO, so that was an NA. However, all this down here is pretty much useless. We have no time between the peak and the initial thrust. And this is only a theory, so we can't actually say what it's done. So actually, there's nothing, but the result was it did make a really nice fountain, as you can see there.
Well, that's Tom's attempt at artistry.
But other than that, nothing failed. Very careful now. Oh, Juliet's ready again. Third of the 4 tests today.
Yes.
So
It's like a metal or something.
let's see if I can. Here's Juliet once again. Right, Rob. I'm now going to blind you.
Right then,
What's different with this one now?
it's exactly the same as the first one. Bit of a different mix because it's new.
So,
We're just going to light it. Yeah.
Don't light it.
you've got to be very careful with this one. CATO is more probable on this one than the last. Why is Rob standing further back than what I am?
Got eye protection on anyway.
Here it goes.
Done.
Jeez!
What happened?
Go on, Rob. What happened there? We cannot make
Oh,
a
well,
rocket.
I'm surprised it didn't try and take off.
Well, if I just may point out, that's the rocket down there. That's Juliet,
She still lives.
and that's the scales.
You knew that was going to happen, though.
I didn't.
She did.
I didn't.
You did. You actually stood there and went,
I
and
did
covered
not.
your ears. Right, test 3 was a fail. Again. In fact, this time, I've actually put CATO on all of them because it was just one hell of a CATO, but this, we actually, when we saw this frame by frame, we couldn't see what the scales were saying. It was just a red dot in the middle. It was moving that fast. The power was immense. We've got about 6 or 7 layers of tape on this one just to stop it, but not even that held the pressure from this blowing.
And for those of you who will suggest kitty litter, I don't have any.
Only what?
Kitty litter.
I actually didn't know. So basically, timing, we have absolutely nothing for the statistical bit of time. But all we know is that the CATO thrust range was massive. And it actually started from 0. It was that quick. It went straight into CATO from the second it ignited. Meaning it was 0 to something we can't actually say. Brilliant.
Hello viewers, this is a delayed test 4. It's a cored black powder rocket. It's paranormal, but with a bigger nozzle, bigger core, etc, etc, and probably a bit less black powder. And there we go, a lighter, which I don't know how to use.
How dangerous is this one going to be?
It shouldn't be too dangerous.
Night. Good night. That's awful. No, don't do that, no! Propel something!
No, that didn't work at all.
What was that? No. What? What? See your hair, it's covered in snow. Right,
By the way, it stinks.
Delayed rocket test 4. I feel ashamed to actually have lit this one up. Thanks. You've upset me from the deepest part of my soul for me to get these results and data like this. I feel ashamed. Rocket test 4, we did use Juliet again, like we did for the 2 and 3, because Joe was boring. Joe, we decommissioned so soon. Rocket was 30 grams, we had enough power to actually do something, yet Rob built something horrifically crap. It did nothing. In fact, it didn't even go bang this time, it was boring. It did nothing. In fact, even I knew as soon as it ignited, it just... nothing. Pathetic. So I'm going to add this, just this minute. Nothing.